And they'll go on the ground. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Green 90. Green 90.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Able to shake him off. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They go play fake. Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Black 58, rail. Black 58, rail.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Here we go. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
3 down, 3 down. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Over, over, over. Over, over.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Motion, motion. Detroit. Detroit.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he's taken down inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Detroit. Detroit.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Completion left side to Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another 1st down as well.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And fights through one man. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up fourth. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside, but let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here now the offense heading back out there. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Sacramento football here to begin the second. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Ace! Ace! So! Here we go now. Green, 90. Green, 90.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. So now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action here on 1st down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. 23 yards on the play.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They pitch out to Howard. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And Parkey's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And now back out comes the offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into 1st downs and hopefully points.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Now Mahomes steps away to his left. And Adams has it, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This is why I've never been a big fan of trying to get too cute down here by the goal line. For every one time something like this works, it seems like it blows up about 10 times. And sure enough, they'll wind up losing yards here.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And Crosby puts it through, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. Now that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
He leads this one for Howard. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
That's it.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Gun!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he's able to get it out of there. And taken at the 46. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. On the toss play, Howard. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Gun! 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 Gun!
On the carry, it's Logan. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, what the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
Now this time he'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. A pretty good coverage there. And both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. and they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Right back to him on first down. Twisting away. Still fighting for more. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
They toss left to Howard. Always got some breathing room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, they'll throw. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The Bears on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Spud, no.
Gun.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his tight end, Njoku. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Logan. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
The Bears on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. The 40, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, he tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. But when you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Back to throw here. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
This will be caught inside the 10. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first and goal, Howard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Ready. Green 90. Green 90. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Left, 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 left.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And they'll run it here. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
This is Howard on the toss right. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And an alley to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jordan Howard with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Bears have broken the tie.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Mahomes used to moving quickly in college, trying to get his guys to the line.
Ace, ace.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Go!
He's back to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. A gain of 13 and also the first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Back to throw. Caught right side, Davis. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The offense on third down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Throw right side, caught by Davis. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. And now time for one final play that has to be obviously in the end zone.
Can't wait to see what they call, but you want to get it to your best player. Sometimes you have to do it by formation. Move everyone to one side, and maybe he gets a one-on-one isolated on the backside.
One final try for Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. They've reached their goal already of winning 9 games. Now I think it's time to set some new goal.
I agree with you, Total. It seems to me that they sold themselves just a little bit short. When every season begins, every team points to 10 wins as the number you have to really make a strong push for the playoffs. They're close to that number now.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.